Welcome to the SoupCast, the
Hey,
number one
welcome to the
podcast in
SoupCast.
my neighborhood.
And today we'll be doing a SoupCast.
Yeah, I'm Justin,
Yeah.
the fish, in a bowl,
Uh,
in a
Okay,
soup.
I'm Goran.
I'm Oliver, and
I
the
I
other
like
two
long
members
walks
aren't
by the
here.
beach.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have two other members that didn't join.
Yep. Okay,
yep.
okay.
I like long
We're
walks on
gonna
the beach.
we're gonna talk about aliens today because of
Yeah,
the recent
recent
events,
sightings.
the recent alien sightings. Even though they're
Recent
not
events.
really aliens.
Yeah, we know
The,
what
re-
type of aliens they actually are.
Okay,
the
so
real
my
he's not at the
theory,
pen.
let everyone shut up. My theory is that it's actually Obama.
He's great.
It's
My
Obama.
fellow American.
It's just gonna like the whole UFO thing's just gonna be like it's just gonna have a huge megaphone come out of the front of it and it's gonna go, "My fellow Americans."
It's gonna be like that one episode where Bart Simpson has all those megaphones.
Yeah. He's just
I think
he's in a giant blimp.
I think the
UFO.
aliens are actually.
Whoa,
Yeah.
you can't say that on the podcast, Goran.
I'm
What
sorry, I
what
didn't
the actual
know.
fuck is wrong with you?
It was just for goofs, you know. Why aren't you laughing? It was just a joke.
Okay,
And for
What
okay.
the
we
fuck is wrong
for
with you,
context,
Goran?
I said a really offensive thing.
Okay,
Shut up, Brie. We're recording a podcast, you bitch.
I'm keeping that part in. Okay, so what should we talk about? Because aliens are a little bit too controversial.
Yeah. I think we should talk about what we like to do with our life.
So, Goran, what would you like to do with your life?
You know, I think, honestly, I've been very interested in getting into the filmmaking business lately. I actually was at college for 15 years for filmmaking, actually. For legal reasons, that's a joke. But I I've been thinking about
Can
getting
you
into
stop,
filmmaking.
like, knocking down the Eiffel Tower over there?
You know, I've been wanting to get into filmmaking for a while, and like a director and shit. You know, I already have ideas for movies, such as It Came from the Lagoon, starring Harrison Ford and Jimmy Kimmel. Um, got another show. I got another movie that I got the whole entire script read for. I had the whole entire script ready. It's gonna be called it ga- it it looks at it doesn't like space. That's the movie name, and it's gonna be about this guy who really doesn't like space, but he's gonna be sent there on a mission, and he's actually going to meet some other guys, and one of the guys is actually an imposter, and the
Oh.
imposter try to kill them, and the imposter is gonna be really sussy. So they're gonna be like, oh, that one guy, he's kind of sus, and they're gonna have to kick people out of the spaceship to find out who the imposter is, and at the end we'll find out. I also got another movie. It's called Pigs with Wings. It's not really about pigs who can fly. It's gonna be a children's movie about pigs who like to eat wings, like
It's
the
like the
wings.
movie
Yeah.
Groundhog
like-
Day that has nothing to do with groundhogs.
It's gonna be it's about pigs and how they eat wings whenever they watch a football game. Also, I also want to do art. You know, not really a full-time job because I think doing art as a full-time job and getting in the museum is kind of boring. Not gonna lie. I just want to do art, post it to Twitter, and get canceled over it. What about you guys?
And you don't like Twitter.
Yeah, we were just talking about how we don't like Twitter with our homie
Oh, wait.
Kyle. Yeah.
Okay, so there's this one app that I really hate. It's called Snapchat. I
Well-
hate Snap.
I think
Okay.
we should do some Would You Rathers. I think that would be very interesting to do.
Okay, let's do some would you rather's. Oh yeah, I have a thing to say. Let's stop talking over
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well-
So Goran, you go first.
Would you rather be always right or never be wrong?
I would rather
Never be wrong. Wait, that's
Always
those
be
are
right
the
or never
same
be
thing.
wrong.
never be wrong or hang on, let me think about this.
Or always
This
be
is a
right.
hard one, if you
It's
ask
the
me.
same thing.
Always be right.
If you're never wrong, then
It's
you're
the
always
same
right.
thing.
Nah, this
It
one's
took me
hard.
that long to
This is
realize
a
that.
hard one. I'd rather never be wrong.
I'd rather
Alright,
never
would
be
you-
wrong.
Would you rather cheese grater your arm to the bone or kick a wall with a toothpicks under your toenails?
I don't want to do either of those.
Toothpicks. The toothpick. What? How is that hard? If you
Uh,
want to grind your arm to the bone, or
I don't
I'm gonna
want
say-
to do either of those. Can we just do wholesome big chungus ones?
I got
That
one.
is a
Would you
big
rather be a
chungus one.
would you rather be a woman or a lizard?
Lizard.
Lizard?
Well, I think I'd be a lizard. I mean, not a lizard, a woman. Because cut that out. 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 We can't have no N words on this podcast. Would you rather marry someone who's kind of humble and insecure, an underachiever, or aggressive, arrogant, and confident and overachiever? Would you rather marry a douchebag, or would you rather marry a rather wholesome person?
Rather wholesome.
I'd say rather wholesome.
Also,
Keep that in, by the way. Don't. If you heard that burp, don't cut it out. Would you rather only drink hot drinks and eat cold foods, or only drink cold drinks and eat hot foods?
Cold drinks and eat hot foods, because that's what I do already.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say cold
Yeah,
drinks
that's
and
what
hot foods.
that's what
I
I work.
already do that.
Sorry. I mean, well, the problem with me is that, I mean,
Well,
I'm
Goran,
gonna-
you eat a lot of ice cream, so that might be hard.
I do really like ice cream, so that's gonna
I
be hard.
know, Goran.
Well, you know, I like
You're such a ass.
I like myself some cold shit, so I mean cold stuff. So I think I'm going to have to go with I think I'm gonna have to go with only eat cold shit stuff. And theoretically, it doesn't say I
God.
can't warm.
I mean,
I can't.
oh God, is it that hard, Goran, to not cuss?
It's hard. It's in my family, my guy. But
Oh
know.
my god.
Remember,
oh, you know, I actually saw this.
remember
in the news.
Oliver? I told you that he cusses like every 20 minutes. Every call I've been in with him, he's cussed.
Yeah,
That one time.
he has.
You just say "ing." You don't actually say it.
Yeah, actually, I read this news article because these two girls, they donated their kidneys because their dad had actually died of kidney cancer or whatever the hell it's called,
What
and
fucking losers.
and
I'm
apparently
joking,
it runs
by
in
the
the
way.
family. Apparently, it runs in the family, and they donated their kidneys that could possibly sicken the person who gets the kidney. Actually, so that's
That-
not good. But
That's not
back to
very
the
good.
if you were homeless and on the streets, which would you rather choose as a temporary shelter? Dumpster, tree, public bathroom, extremely overcrowded, underfunded homeless shelter, your personal umbrella under a bridge.
My personal umbrella under a bridge.
I think I'm gonna go with dumpster because the lid can act as a roof, so I'm gonna go with a dumpster.
Dumpster.
You know,
You can actually clean out the
honestly,
dumpster.
Yeah,
Honestly,
you
I've
can
always-
put a dumpster.
Well, I've always looked at dumpsters and we're like, hey, this could actually make a pretty nice house.
Yeah, they have wheels.
Yeah, it can make a house. It can be a car.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could have a lot of stuff in.
I literally can't understand what you're saying. You're just screaming into your microphone, screeching.
Here's one. Would you rather? What superpower would you rather have? Invincibility or the power to teleport anywhere by just looking at a picture?
Teleport anywhere by looking at a picture because people might mistake me from Mario 64.
Well, I might have to look at be invincible so you live forever, or be able to look at a picture and teleport to where that picture is. I have to say I'm gonna have to take the teleport because, well, with the teleport, I can teleport somewhere nice, like it's a lot of places. Like I can teleport, into any place I want. I can teleport into a closet full of lizards.
That'd be pretty
And
cool.
I can teleport into a grocery store at the dead of night and eat all the freaking ice cream.
Oh my.
Okay, we're done doing the would you rather's. I'm gonna talk about my adventure on how
Your bizarre adventure?
my bizarre adventure of how I looked through the closet and I was looking for Lego pieces, right? Because I wanted to build myself a IRL mini kit from Lego Star Wars. So I looked through all the pieces and I got all the pieces except like some of them are darker gray than the other ones. And it's kind of inaccurate, but it's kind of cool. I'll put a picture up on screen for all you non-existent viewers out there if you want to see what it looks like. Let's talk about how unreliable Avery is.
Oh
yeah.
I
was just texting him a couple.
Okay, everyone talk one at a time. Goran, you go first.
So I was actually texting Avery a little bit ago, yelling at him for, completely freaking missing the SoupCast 2 times in a row now. Honestly, we were just giving up on him at this point. It's the last straw. I told him, if you miss this podcast, we're done. We're done, Avery. And Avery missed it. So, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something bad to him. Yeah. You guys got anything to say?
Are you gonna get your
I think that Avery is unreliable, and he didn't join the podcast, and he's a meanie.
He's a meanie head.
He's a meanie head. I'll
Wing
do
nut
it.
in a
I'll do it, but I don't know about Avery and the gang, or the exact words that I said when someone asked me if we were doing the podcast. And guess what? Avery and the gang didn't show up. So that's what we get.
We do in fact have another member. He is currently watching his little brother though, so it is understandable for him not to show up to this podcast.
He's okay, but Avery fucking sucks. I meant Avery fucking sucks.
Avery hasn't shown up 2 times in a row now, Justin, you got anything to say about Avery?
He's that's actually what I'll have to say.
He is
Nobody.
He's a wingnut McSpazatron and a goofball. And a wingnut.
And a Spazatron.
I think we gotta send him the weenie.
Most of all, he's a goofy goober frog.
He's a.
We're gonna have to send him the Weenie Hut Juniors. I don't want any of my burps to be cut, by the way.
Okay.
I also don't want me talking. I also don't want me talking about. I want me talking about how I don't want my burps to be Get out. I want that to also be in the podcast.
And what you're saying right now?
Yeah, like what I'm saying right now, I want this to be in the podcast. I think. What's your thoughts on the new Star Wars game coming out soon? I think we should talk about
I am really excited about it. Hopefully it's not a.
I
Hopefully
know.
TT Games doesn't pull a Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this game. It's looking pretty good. Not gonna lie. I think I'm most excited for the the custom creation thing because
Yeah.
I'm already planning as soon as I have access to it. Making Ben Shapiro.
Cool.
I'm gonna give him a red lightsaber because Ben Shapiro definitely is the person who would run a red lightsaber.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm really excited for the driving and flying because I heard that they made that a lot easier, and I really want to check that out.
I'm hoping to see the driving.
Done playing the game.
I'm hoping to see online co-op instead of just couch co-op like they usually have.
Yeah, I'm honestly hoping that the driving and flying in this game is way better than the other Lego games, because honestly, in other Lego games, it's just unfun, it's just slow, and it's not really, I ain't having as much as fun when driving.
I kind of hope that they fix the driving in the game so it's, easier.
Yeah, I think if they were to go a lot of games, it really doesn't feel comfortable to drive. I think the most comfortable driving game for me would have to be the GTA series.
Oh yeah,
Pretty comfortable to
GTA 5.
drive.
That's
Yeah,
GTA
GTA 5.
for me.
It's very nice to drive.
Yeah,
in that.
I think that
That
you
Simpsons.
can drive the whole Star Destroyer. If you can get attacked by a Star Destroyer and break into the Star Destroyer and fly it. That's a cool thing. The whole game's completely open world, and there's 20 planets, I think they were saying, and you can visit all the planets and fly around the planets and get attacked by spaceships while you're along the way, and then you can raid the spaceships and drive them.
I'm personally hoping we get a online type mode where it's the whole entire open world, where there's maybe a lobby of 16 or a little more people, and you can basically just attack each other and do missions. I think that would be a pretty cool thing.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Probably not, but I think it would be a pretty cool
be
thing.
cool.
Kind of like how GTA Online is.
Yeah.
GTA Online is less toxic 9-year-olds and way better.
Actually, we probably have more toxic 9-year-olds because it's a Lego game.
Yeah, I don't know, man. 9-year-olds really don't like Lego games these days. I think Lego games are more for men.
Yeah, I was so pissed off because I saw the commercial. I was happy that I saw the commercial for the new Lego game, but I was also pissed off because it had emojis and stuff, and it was geared towards degenerates.
Yeah,
Because we all know the Lego games are for intellectuals such as myself.
Yes, they are.
You see, us here at SoupCast are very much intellectual. So we play Lego.
Except for Avery.
Soup.co.
Except for
Soup.co.
Avery, that
I would like to ask, what's your guys' opinions on canned potatoes?
What?
Oh, what are your thoughts on canned
What the heck
potatoes?
are canned potatoes?
Canned potatoes in a can.
I really personally like canned potatoes.
I'm personally, actually, I'm bringing this up because actually, I in fact I have some canned food in my room. Actually, I have one jar of sliced pears in water.
I've been eating a lot of canned beans.
I actually don't own any beans at the moment, to be honest.
Beans are really good. I have the Hunt's baked beans.
I currently have sliced pears in my hands. In a can.
Cool.
I do have peas upstairs. I was thinking about snagging some of those after the podcast. Little snack.
Yeah.
Because I like peas, pretty good to eat. I ate some mac and cheese yesterday. My sister, she made mac and cheese at school, and she gave it to me, and I ate it. Pretty good mac and cheese, I'd say.
Yeah.
It was it was that mac and cheese. I forgot what it's called. The weird mac and cheese. It's not really like Kraft's mac and cheese. The mac and cheese you see at a family reunion or something.
Is it called
something like that.
Velveeta?
No, it was like it's like it's the type that you'd get at a family reunion. If you've ever eaten family reunion cheese, or no, family reunion
Isn't
mac
that
and
one
cheese.
with the rabbit on the package?
No, it's the grilled, not grilled. The not steamed. It's the fried mac and cheese, I believe it is.
Fried mac and cheese?
It's the type you'd see in a casserole at like a family reunion or something. If you've ever had.
I see. But
I know.
don't even get me started on rice-a-roni. Now that is a good meal. What are your
Don't
guys'
even-
opinions
don't
on
even get me
rice-a-roni?
started
I think talking about the whole macaroni and family reunions. What kind of foods do you guys have at family reunions when you have
Cookies.
one?
Yeah,
Cookies.
mashed potatoes and deviled eggs.
Well, let me talk about mine.
Casserole.
So at my family reunion, it's we have over 100 people come most of the time. I have a big family.
This is
We all get together.
This is pre-COVID, guys.
Yeah, this is pre-COVID. Pre-COVID. We did do it last year during COVID, but we didn't wear masks.
Bruh.
But like,
Last year in 2020, they were all vaccinated.
wait, no, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think we did. Well, no, we did a small one last year. It was for the 4th of July. It only had 20, not 20, but like 50 people came. This one girl from school, she was at my family reunion for some reason. I don't know why. But when we do have a family reunion, which we'll most likely have this year, because most people are going to be vaccinated, we have like 100+ people. We have a DJ. We got food for days. They even buy a
DJ at a family reunion.
They have.
Is the DJ part of your family?
Yeah. Most of the time, the DJ is in fact part of the family. I will say.
Bruh.
I'm pretty
Most
sure.
of the time.
Most
I'm
of the
pretty sure.
time. Most
Oh
of
my
the
also-
time. Is it the same DJ every time?
Most of the time.
Most of
Um,
the time.
We have,
He gets kidnapped
They
and then
actually
replaced.
get a full ass pig. They buy a full ass pig. This pig is a big ass pig too. It's like a pig that can
Dead pig
feed.
or a real pig?
It's alive when they get it. I'm pretty sure.
What?
Actually, yeah.
They buy
That's
the
me,
pig
but-
alive?
They actually get. I don't know how they get the pig, but it last from.
They didn't even cook it. They just ate it. Well,
They just eat it alive. They just pin it down to the table and everyone just cuts into it like a birthday cake.
So
they all have, like devilish
oh my God.
smiles.
Bruh.
Family reunion. We'll have it out in the back of this house. It's like the family house. Well, there's 2 family houses actually. I don't know what the other one's called, but I know the other one is called the compound. That's where my cousin Nemo lives. You guys, I think Nemo lives there. I don't know, but you guys know Nemo. And from what my dad has told me actually before, is that there's a pig, and from what I've heard, I have no evidence to back this up because I've actually never actually been there when the pig is alive. But rumor related the pig is alive at one point, chase it around, and then they'll hang it up. And at the family reunion, they cook it up and serve it to the whole family.
Bruh.
We have one of my uncles. I'm pretty sure he is. Maybe, yeah, he's my uncle. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he got a big family. Most of the time, I don't know if they're uncles, cousins, aunts. It's a.
So they
Dang.
just grab the dead pig, put a rope around its throat, to like
No, not
I don't know
like,
torn
Okay,
off.
so they chase around. They buy a live pig. They let it loose into the yard. Everybody chases it, and then they just
Well, no,
lynch it.
this is
and then
no,
they
this
and
is
then they and then they just lynch the pig.
these are days they chase her.
And then they
From what I've
cut it
heard,
off.
from what I've heard,
They
from
all
what
have
I've
their
heard,
lighters
they do,
going side to
no,
side.
from what I've heard is that they chase the pig, days before the reunion. On the reunion day, the pig is already like being cooked up and stuff. Everyone brings like food if they want. Most of the time, they do. They have a pool at the place too. Sometimes there's fireworks at the very end because it lasts from like, I'd say 1 in the afternoon to at least freaking 1 in the morning the next day. That's how it feels, anyways. Family reunions for me, it's usually, you go, you don't leave until the next day most of the time. It's like partying all night.
Yep.
Well, the time I'm leaving around 8 though, but yeah, we Tegan, I'm in the middle of a goddamn podcast, you dipshit.
I'm leaving that part in.
Um,
I don't want that.
it's usually a very old time.
Of-
We get to see cousins from across the land, and I get to see families from across the land. I got families from everywhere in the world, actually. We even got a clown. We even got a clown. He's my uncle. Yeah. He blows balloons and stuff and gives us there's sometimes cotton candy at the family reunion too. They have like a cotton candy machine that like produces cotton candy.
They
You
just,
know.
they just have a carousel.
Yeah, they have a carousel.
They have a merry-go-round.
There's actually a
It's literally just a fair.
It really is like a fair, honestly. They got actually a merry-go-round. The ones you have at like playgrounds, the small ones where you spin around and you hold on. They have one of those actually at one of the houses. The houses are right down the street from each other. So it's a merry old time. Folks from across the land, the universe, gather together.
Yep. Okay, does anyone else have anything they want to say?
I have questions about that pig.
See, I want to talk about
Wait.
Thanksgiving.
I have questions about that pig.
Where do you
Well,
buy it?
Everything he says.
I want to
Well,
know where you buy it.
Yo, where you buy your live pigs?
I don't know where the pig is, but I actually,
You
I'm
buy it
actually,
from the petting zoo.
I'm
Where
actually,
do you buy it?
You just
I'll
steal
be
it
honest,
from the petting zoo the day before.
I'm pretty sure
You're pretty
Sure.
sure.
the pig comes from other family members who own farms. I don't actually know where the pig comes from, but I do want to talk about Thanksgiving real quick. So Thanksgiving, it's not as big.
Change the
There's usually
subject.
9 members. So during a family reunion, there's there's over 100 people for me. Which I actually, when I was little, I thought that was normal. I thought families were like that big, but to my surprise, I
No.
found out families aren't that big, and families are like most families are under 20 people. But I thought, my family is like over thousands of people. But
You sound
I
like
can't
Joe
wait to hear this
Swanson.
on this podcast.
I'm
Honestly,
muting this. Not muting
you
this.
know, for Thanksgiving though, it's about 9 of us. We have a couple family members who'll drop by, like my uncle. He'll drop by and take the leftovers from Thanksgiving most of the time. There's the rare
Drop
occasion
dead?
no, he'll drop by and take some leftovers. My uncle.
He'll
Your
drop
uncle-
dead and take some leftovers.
Your uncle just gets out of the car from the family reunion.
He's
It
just-
just falls over and dies.
I'm talking about Thanksgiving this now. Thanksgiving
I mean,
usually
Thanksgiving.
He opens the door of the house that you're doing Thanksgiving and he just falls on the floor and dies.
usually Thanksgiving's at my house. Most of the time actually, it's on my birthday. It's been on my birthday about 2 or 3 times this time now. It was actually if I'm not wrong, I think no, wait, no, it wasn't this year. My birthday was on Thanksgiving when I turned 13, I believe. I watched Home Alone and ate cheesecake that whole entire day. One of my favorite birthdays, not gonna lie. Yeah, so there's usually 9 of us on Thanksgiving. My stepmom usually makes turkey. A couple years ago, it was my grandfather. He'd make turkey, but I think they swapped it out because everyone agreed they liked my stepmom's more. And how much time do we have left? Because I kind of have to shit.
I'd say we have until 9.
Alright,
You could go poop right now, and then we could just, like, cut
well,
this
no,
part out.
I don't. I really don't have to go that much, but honestly, that's only a couple minutes. I can hold it. I've hold it for the whole school day. I should let.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the part in when you say how much longer is this podcast, because I really have to shit.
Bruh.
Yes. Honestly, I think I think we're gonna move away from my whole family shit because I don't think we should. I don't want to talk about my family too much anymore. I think we should move on to something like how about we talk about school stories?
Okay, let Goran tell his stories, because his are a lot better than yours.
Yeah, really at this point, this is my podcast. I got a lot of stories.
Yeah, it's your podcast.
Actually, in first grade, I was very depressed in first grade because, I had just lost my friend Oliver. He disappeared. I was like, where did he go? And I became friends with this kid
Oliver.
I became friends with this guy named Richard. And me and Richard, we vibed for a little bit. The reason we were friends is because we were both in the same kindergarten class. And I was like, hey, yo, Richard, you know what? We should be friends, my guy. So I was on the bus, and I'm depressed. I'm like looking out the window. I'm like, oh man, I'm all alone.
Oh yeah.
No place to go. But you gotta have friends. But I was sad because my two friends are gone. My two friends, Oliver and Jeremiah, I think his name was. I don't know. But they disappeared. I was like, both of my only friends are gone. And then this one kid, he comes over, he sits next to me, goes, "Hey, how are ya?" And I'm like, can you please leave?
Perfect Richie impression.
That's not Richie. That's not Richie. He goes,
Richie,
"Hi, how are you?" And he starts being annoying. I'm like, oh my god, this kid's so annoying. I can't wait to get off the bus.
He just says, "Hi, how are you?" And you're like, he's so annoying.
I can't remember exactly how he got my phone.
How are ya? I'm normal.
He got my phone. Well, he got my last name, and I think he went into the book, the phone book. The school had phone books, which really wasn't good. I think they stopped doing it in like second grade because apparently some kid got called. He got a call from a pedo and was harassed and shit. But I stopped doing it. But this kid, he got my name. He looked at my bus pass and he got my full name, Goran. I'm not gonna say my last name. And he looks in the thing and he calls me and my grandfather, he picks up the phone and I'm at home and he goes, "Goran, it's for you." And I'm like, "What? I've never gotten a phone call before. Who is it?" And I hear on the other line, "Hi, how are ya?" And I'm like, "What do you?" And my mom, she's sitting on the floor. Me and my mom was playing with blocks. My mom goes, "Hey, that's not how you speak to someone on the phone." And I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" And we start talking. And I go, "Yeah, bye." And I hang up. And I'm like, "Oh my god, he got my phone number." So this kid just sitting with me on the bus. He keeps on calling me. And I think it's been like 8 years since this happened because I'm in 8th grade. And this kid, I'm still friends with him to this day. Actually, we legit were friends. We were in every class together up until 6th grade.
Elijah.
And yes, his name is actually Elijah.
Is it Gungus?
Yeah, our 5th member, Gungus. Gungus.
It was him. I thought it was Richie.
No, it was him all along.
Wait, does that mean that I've known you longer than Gungus?
You have.
Nice.
But technically, me and Gungus have talked more, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Me and him were the only.
Okay, I'm cutting that part out.
He was my. After me and him became friends, actually, I stopped talking to Richard, and I still feel really bad about it to this day. I'll see Richard walk by in the hall, and I just think about saying sorry to him. But I still feel bad.
Richard could have been so much cooler if you just kept on talking to him.
He could have been
years
so
later.
much cooler if he went on the SoupCast.
We
8
should
years
invite
later,
Richard as a special guest.
8 years later, I still feel really bad about not hanging out with Richard. And me and Elijah, we actually in 3rd grade, and I'm really sad Oliver missed out on this because this was a big thing. This was the talk of the town, I say. I dare Elijah to go up and whisper into people's ears at recess, bacon, because for some reason we just found that funny, whispering into random people's ears, bacon. And Richie, I almost said his last name, but this kid Richie has glasses. He's a pretty cool dude, and he's like, hey, how about we start a group? We could be the Bacon Buddies. So the Bacon Buddies were like the Avengers, basically.
Yeah.
We were like the Avengers, all right. The Bacon
Wait, why
Buddies
didn't we
was.
name our podcast?
The Bacon Buddies.
I don't like
that
bacon
sounds
anymore.
even better than
No,
SoupCast.
SoupCast is good.
Like-
I like SoupCast.
Yeah.
I don't even eat
you know-
bacon.
I don't like bacon really. I'll eat it, but it's not. I don't really like it that much.
Okay.
Why did you say
But,
bacon, buddy?
We assembled as a team, and it's basically It's the Avengers of elementary school. Basically, we were basically the Avengers at our school. The team was Elijah, me, the Richie kid I was telling you about, this other guy, Gabe. You guys probably know Gabe. Tall kid, lots of hair, and this one kid, our friend at the time, I
How about you
considered him a.
just don't use real names instead of saying
Yeah.
Richie and Gabe and stuff?
Well,
Those aren't real names.
those are
Don't-
really
Don't
freaking.
use real names because those are their actual names.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's
I'm not
not.
using their last name. And also, these are very freaking basic names, may I add. But get this other kid. And at the time, I considered him my second best friend. His name was Kagan. He was gonna be my right hand. He was probably gonna be my left hand man at my wedding. Elijah was gonna be my right hand, and Kagan was gonna be my left hand at my wedding. Because I considered those two my best friends at the time. I still consider Elijah my best friend. But we assembled this team, basically Avengers. I've already said this, and I come up with the idea one day. We need a girl, and they're like, "Ew, why would you want a girl on the team?" I'm like, "Well,
You might get canceled for Twitter for not being diverse enough.
That's basically what I said. That's basically what I said.
We
I
might get
said,
canceled.
well, people might get angry at us because we don't have a girl teammate. I basically said I said the equivalent to we're gonna get canceled on Twitter because we're not diverse enough. And they're like, no, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna piss off all the women now because you've said that. So we became public enemy number. No, we became female enemy number one.
You became the sexist sausages instead of the bacon buddies.
we actually there's
You
this
went
one
from the
team,
bacon buddies to the sexist sausages.
and we actually had a rival. We had a rival team. We were like superheroes, basically. We had a rival team, and this rival team, their name was the Bananas. In this banana group, I can't remember exactly who was in it. It consists of this kid named Isaac, Dean. I don't know if you guys know. You guys might know Dean. I don't know about Isaac though, but Isaac, and I think there's some other douchebags. Can't remember their name. There's also another team, the Angry Bunch, who were just The Angry Bunch was just a bunch of angry guys who really didn't like us. We'd walk up to them and they'd be like, "Hey, we're gonna tell you, we're angry," and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" But we basically were the Avengers. I've already said that. But, yeah, we had a couple rivals. We had, the Bananas. The Bananas Republic were our enemy. The Bananas were the Bananas were the Thanos to the Bacon Buddies, who, so they were like Thanos and we're like the Avengers, basically. They were evil, we were good. Or in our minds, we were good. To them, we were probably evil, and to them, they were probably good. But we had a gang war. Basically, it
It's
was
like
gang. But yeah, we'd get in the one. Actually, Richie asked if his friend Reagan could join. And
Oh
Reagan,
yeah, I know
he
Reagan.
Reagan
Ronald
wasn't even at a
Reagan.
recess, so I was like, I guess Reagan can join, but he really doesn't go to recess with us. So what's he gonna do? And Richie goes, yeah, I don't know, but I think he should join. So we invite Reagan. He joins. He's like, yo, dudes. I'm part of the Bacon Buddies now. And another story of Richie, actually, he invites me over. He invites me and Elijah over to his house one day, right? And I go there with Richie because Elijah couldn't make it. He couldn't go to Richie's house. So that was one of the most awkward play dates of my life because I was the only one there. Me and Richie, I get there with Richie, and we're sitting in his room. And his sister comes in and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna tell my mom you're swearing if you don't dance with me. And I'm like, what the? Why? And he goes, so I start crying 'cause I'm scared. And we're like, oh, it's okay. She won't snitch. And she goes snitch. I'm like, bruh. And
You mean you're like,
Bruh.
yeah, we go to the Polar Cave, which is this ice cream shop. I'm probably gonna work at there when I'm like in my late teens. I don't feel.
the best what's the best
Yeah,
ice cream shop I've ever been
Yeah.
if I'm gonna work at an ice cream place, it's gonna be there. And I honestly don't feel like working at the moment, so I'm not gonna work there until I'm like, a couple of years, because that's the future Goran's problem to get a job. I don't feel like working.
Yeah.
And
But
then when you work at the ice cream place, the manager's gonna say something's brewing at D&D.
well, it's gonna be like something's brewing at P&D, no PNC, and someone's gonna walk in. They're like, "Oh my God, it's Ricky Dream. It's not Ricky anymore. It's ice cream. Don't mind if I do. What's my name? Ice cream.
It's a whole new game.
Game. Ice cream.
Okay.
You want cream?
Okay. So it's
Because-
9:01, everyone. So we should probably start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
So let's like do like one last little story, and then we'll wrap it up. Should I do the story?
Yeah. How about you give us a story? You haven't really contributed.
I don't really know what to talk about. So
Yeah, I think.
So okay. This happened to me recently. You guys might have heard about this. I might have already told you this, but so I recently
you told me.
my my aunt left to go on vacation, and she has 2 cats, right? And I needed to watch the cats. I was responsible for watching her cats and like feeding them and stuff for like a week. So I had to go over there and feed them for a week. And I go over to I'm homeschooled, so I go over to my grandma's house to do school. And then the plan was she would drive me over to my aunt's house so I could go feed the cats. So I forgot to say, my aunt decided to leave a key underneath the doormat, which is the worst place
Say
ever.
that.
It's the worst place ever to hide a key.
If I was breaking into a house, I wouldn't look for the key. I would break into the house.
Yeah,
So at that
well,
point, it wouldn't matter.
okay, whatever. But anyway, so I pick up the key from out of the doormat. My grandma's there, and she's like looking at the flowers or something. She was like, yeah, looking at flowers. And I unlock the door, and my grandma says, "Help me out." because I found some
Oh,
flowers.
Wait, is
Come
this
help
the
me.
is this the grandma? Is this the grandma you killed? Are you talking about
Bruh.
are you talking about a different one?
Okay, that's enough, boys. Okay, so anyway, she wanted me to help her out, so I said okay, and I put the key down and I closed the door. And then I went back, and the door was locked, and the key was inside. So I was like, what am I supposed to do about this? And I told my grandma, what are we gonna do? And she said, go into the back and try to break through the window. And I was like, what? I'm not gonna break her window. And she's like, it's the only way. So I said no, so I tried to push up the window like they do in Home Alone in that one scene, but it didn't work because the window was locked. So I tried it on every single window, except for one of them for some reason. I just didn't think that one would do it. And also, the reason I did it was because it had a screen on it, and the screen was locked. So I opened the last window, and my grandma says, okay, there's nothing we can do about this. Let's go back to my house, and we'll go ask your grandfather what to do. I'm like, okay. So we go over there, and she's like, "Oh, Grandpa, what do we do?" And he's like, "I don't know. I'm watching Fox. I'm watching Fox News. I don't know."
Scaring old white people since whenever they started.
I'm watching Fox News, woman. Get me my beer. So he decided. He didn't really say that. He decided to come with us. Because he's kind. He's not like that. Except he was watching Fox News. Actually, I think he was watching like some sort of race, sports race. But that's besides the point. Doesn't matter. He came to help out, and he said, "Maybe you could like unlock it." And I was like, "You can't unlock it because it's locked." Okay, so eventually, I somehow figured out that the one window that I didn't open was actually unlocked. So I opened that window, and I got in, and the cats were like, "What the hell are you doing in here? This is our house." So I unlocked the door, let my grandma in, and we fed the cats. The end. Any questions?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I think that's
okay,
a
I have
wrap.
a question. I have a question for you, Oliver.
What?
Where did you buy the pig?
Bruh.
Okay, that concludes our podcast. Our
And
grand
now
old.
here's my story.
Okay.
So one time this is how I broke my thumb. This is the first time I ever broke up last time. I was watching Diego the Explorer, and then it showed a cheetah on screen, and it showed the cheetah running. So I was like, oh, I could be like a cheetah. So I ran down the stairs like a cheetah, and I tripped, and I fell, and I landed on my thumb, and I didn't break anything. So I just kept running, and then I hit my thumb again on the table, and then it breaks. So then I started crying, and I was like, all I wanted to do was be a cheetah when I grow up. And then my grandma says, "You can do that." And I was like, "What?"
Bruh.
And yeah, and then my brother was like, "Bruh." He was like,
Bruh.
and then this one time, I broke someone's thumb because they made thumb of my thumb. Yeah, that's what happened. I snapped their thumb and they just farted. Their eyes open wide, their mouth open, their jaw comes down, and they just rip a big one. I mean, I could smell it from like 2 miles away. One morning, and he was looking at me.
So I think that will be a wrap on today's podcast.
But I'll do it. I don't know about Avery in the
Yeah,
game.
stay soupy.
I'll
Stay
do
soupy.
it, but I don't know about Avery in the gang.
Avery in the gang.
Stay
I'm gonna say
soupy,
that at the end.
fellows.
You know, maybe hopefully.